Hi folks, Blake Baker here. I have just performed for Hot Vox. I've done a live performance session, and as part of the whole thing, I'm also going to now do a load of questions. So this is behind the streams, and here's the logo for it. This is behind the streams with Hot Vox, and here are some answers to some questions that have been asked. So the first one is, how would I describe my music? It's a difficult one to answer this because my music's going through a little bit of a transitional phase. So if you've listened to my debut single, it's called T for Two. It's on all streaming platforms. It's an acoustic, wistful kind of love song, and I do a lot about quite upbeat acoustic music. I think music's quite a great thing to kind of lift you up. But I also have started looking into more kind of neo-soul, acoustic neo-soul stuff. So if you've watched the performance, if you haven't watched it yet, then it's out on the 2nd of October. But if you watch the performance, you'll see a few neo-soul songs I've done, like Sunday Evening and Sundown as well. And so I'm kind of moving into a more neo-soul type music. So I describe it as a bit of a mashup, but hopefully something for everyone, and I really focus on meaningful lyricism. Okay, so the next question is, what is my songwriting process? So this is also a little bit random. Some people start with lyrics, some people start with the music. I generally find I have to have the music so I know how the lyrics are going to sound on top of it. Other than that, there's not too much to say. I basically mess around for a bit on guitar and with my loop pedal and whatever other little instruments, and whatever comes up that I'm happy with sticks, basically. I've got a little blue kind of songwriting book where I write all my lyrics, and over time I take the lyrics I've written, I take the guitar parts that have stuck and I'm happy with, and I put them together and then add elements to it. So that's basically the process. It's not very, I can't pretend that it's a really in-depth thing. It's just kind of organically comes together. And that's my songwriting process. So the next question is, what is one thing you want your fans to take from your music? I think the best thing about music is it can be interpreted differently by different people. So as much as I like saying this is my song I've written, it's about X, Y, and Z, I quite like fans taking different things from a song, hearing the lyrics, kind of interpreting it for their own lives, kind of taking what they can out of the music. So, that's what I'd want someone to take out of it. Just listen to it and hopefully it means something to you, or it kind of affects your mood, makes you feel better. And that's it, really. Nothing more than that. Just if it strikes a chord, if you like, with you, then that's great. That's what I'm after. So the next question, is, if you could go on tour with anyone, past or present, who would it be? I think for tours, you hear a lot of horror stories about people struggling with like mental health and breaking down and having long days and nights and all that. So I'd want someone, not necessarily who I think their music's amazing, but I'd want someone who I think is really funny and quite fun to be with. And the first one that comes to mind is Lewis Capaldi, because he's all over social media doing stupid, funny things, and I think he'd be quite a laugh on tour. So I'd probably go for Lewis Capaldi as an ideal tour person, even if I don't know whether the music could mix, but he'd be a really funny person to hang out with. Okay, plan your ideal festival and who is on the bill. My kind of, both what I listen to and my influences are a bit eclectic. It's a bit of everything. So I like some kind of amazing guitar people. I like people like Michael Kiwanuka. I like people like John Martin, people that have done some incredible acoustic arrangements. I also think that I kind of like a lot of different music. So I'm into Alabama Shakes as a really good rock band. I'm into people like Anderson .Paak. So I think there'd be a bit of everything at a music festival I was arranging. If there was like unlimited budget, you could get whoever you wanted. I think it'd honestly be mixed genres, bit for everyone there. So not a great answer from me maybe, but yeah, there'd be a load of different music there, and I think that'd be the most enjoyable thing for a festival. Okay, which artist would be your ideal dinner date? Now I'm assuming this doesn't mean what artist do I find attractive. I'm assuming it's more meaning who would I want to hear their stories over dinner. And so I think living, I'd probably have to go with Paul McCartney, because he's lived a life that's insane as a Beatle, and that'd be amazing to talk about. And not living, I'd probably I'd pick someone like Prince probably, just because again the stories would be incredible and the amount of things you could learn music-wise would be amazing. So yeah, I think somebody like that, some big hitter in music that has so many stories and so much you can learn from kind of an older person in the industry and someone big. So someone like that, Prince or Paul McCartney. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Again, this is a bit of a variation on the theme of you're stuck on a desert island and, you can have one meal for the rest of your life, I guess. So if my life was exactly the same, but I could only ever listen to one song, I think I'd pick something that's not too aggressive. It's easy to listen to because I wouldn't want to, every mood, listen to some screaming, loud music. And something that's generally quite upbeat as well. So maybe like You've Got a Friend by James Taylor, or I mentioned earlier John Martin, and one of his songs that's one of my favourites ever is May You Never. It's just an amazing guitar song. It's got great lyrics as well. And generally they're both quite upbeat and make you feel good. If you're feeling good, they make you feel better. If you're feeling down, they make you feel all right. So something like that, I'd say. Okay, if you were being a diva, what would be on your dream rider? I'd like to think I'm not a diva, but I imagine divas say that as well. So I don't really know what to answer for this. I think one thing I experienced when I was younger, which was amazing, was I've had the chance a few times when I've gone to gigs to actually meet the musicians. So this isn't really a rider thing, but one request I'd make is, can you bring X number of fans backstage so I can meet them and sign autographs or whatever. But if I was going to ask for something in a rider, one thing I like that's a bit unusual is chocolate milkshake. So I'd say, could you make a fridge of cold chocolate milkshake? And I heard, I think it was Foo Fighters talking about it, saying the reason they do riders is so that they know whether the venue are paying attention or not. If they ask for something stupid and the venue do it, then suggest that they're quite good at handling artists and they'll take care of you. So maybe you have a rider if you're a big enough name for one for that reason. Okay, just a couple more. So what can we expect to see from you in the future? I do a lot of different things actually. So this probably links to the next question, but on my YouTube, which is at Blake Baker Music, I not only do my own covers, my own songs, original songs, performances and everything. I do vlogs, I promote local music, other musicians, I do guitar lessons, loads of that stuff, and I do that every week. So if you follow me there, you'll get new videos every week. But I'm also making new music, so a lot of what you would have watched in the performance, if not now, in the future, it's in the 2nd of October, will be unreleased music that I'm currently recording. So you can expect to see an EP from me coming soon. And yeah, that's what I'm working on, so that's quite exciting. Okay, and final question. Where can people go to keep up with your music? So T for Two, as I mentioned earlier, is on streaming platforms. I'm Blake Baker on Spotify and Apple Music and all that sort of stuff. And I've got more stuff coming. You can follow me at Blake Baker Music on all social platforms, and I will put everything I'm up to music related on there, and I'll also put my announcements regarding new music on there. But the easiest way is to follow me on streaming platforms, whether that's Spotify or SoundCloud or whatever. Again, I'm Blake Baker or Blake Baker Music on there. And you can find my songs, follow me as an artist, and then you'll get notified every time I release a new song. So thanks very much. That was my interview for Hot Vox. That was Behind the Streams. Take care, and I'll see you next time.